Welcome to the New Family Naturals TV show. We're here in the home office and my art studio with our good friend Janet, and have a lot of fun things that we could talk about today. So first I'm just going to start off by letting her introduce herself, and then we'll get into some of the work that she does. So if you could, Janet, if you could tell our viewers a little bit about who you are and the fun things that you're involved with, the serious things that you're involved with. Yeah.
Absolutely. My name is Janet Jenkins. I met Toya and Engin at a fundraising event actually for Bark for Life, which is a fundraiser that I do that's in participation with Relay for Life of Reston, which is, Relay for Life is the American Cancer Society's signature fundraising event, and I participate in the local event in Reston. I've been relaying for about 14 years.
I think you do more than participate, though. You do a lot of things to really organize the event and run. I mean, I think it runs a lot because of your efforts, right?
Well, that's a good point. I do wear 3 different hats on the planning committee for the event. And then I also run my team, and I also do a lot of fundraising. So you're right. Okay. I'm the sponsorship chair as well as the team recruitment and retention chair as well. And I absolutely love it. I love my teams. I love my sponsors. We couldn't put on such a great community event without the participation of so many different organizations, and I'm so grateful that they enjoy doing it. And
so the goal of this is obviously to raise money, and you're raising money for what exactly?
We're raising money to help in the fight against cancer, and specifically in education, advocacy, research, and for services for patients that are actually going through cancer, which is probably one of the most important components of why we raise the money that we do. There are a lot of programs that the American Cancer Society puts on in order to help those patients through their battle with cancer.
Okay, and you said that you've been doing this about 14 years?
About 14 years.
That's a long time. Was there anything in particular that got you started in doing this? I mean, for someone who's really, you're giving your time, you're volunteering, in addition to all the other things that you have going on. So that's a really long commitment, and you do multiple events every year. So, I mean, was there something in particular that made you so committed to this organization and this cause in particular?
Yes, I mean, I started out relaying. It's a big family event for us. My sister relays on the West Coast, my mom relays, my nieces relay. There's 3 generations of us that are actually participating with Relay now. And the reason we all started is because I never knew my grandmother. She passed away from ovarian cancer before I was ever born, and my mom was only 14 at the time. And my mom took care of her through her last stages of life. And so I'm going to get all emotional now, but it's near and dear to all of our hearts because we never got to know our grandmother. Yeah. And we hear stories about her, and she's such a strong, spunky woman, and we just wish that we had her in our life growing up. Wow. So, sorry. No, but that's why we all 3 generations of us.
That's amazing.
We do it, and it's great. My sister attends our events. I go and attend my sister's events on the West Coast, and so it's very important for us as a family. But also, I've learned so much about the community that we live in, and I've met so many fantastic people that yourselves included.
Well, thank you.
That it's a great passion of mine. I love it. I love the camaraderie with everybody at the event. I think I was telling Engin that there are times when I only see some of these people during Relay. Right. So we go a whole year, and then we're walking the track together, and we catch up on all of our lives, and I mean, and it's really, really powerful because we're all there. We're all with the same energy because we all have a passion about helping people with cancer. And so when you grab all of that energy into one location for 24 hours, it's a really powerful thing to experience.
Well, and that's what I was going to actually, you said 24 hours. For people that aren't familiar with what exactly a relay is or what it entails, can you talk about what happens at a Relay for Life event?
Great question. We have very set things that we do at Relay for Life. We start the program usually with a survivor luncheon, which is honoring cancer survivors. We start the day out with that. Then we have opening ceremonies at 1 o'clock, where the survivors do a lap first, and then all the teams start walking behind them. Okay. And that's when we actually start our walk for a 24-hour time period. Wow. And the idea is everybody on your team is to keep somebody on the track for a full 24 hours. And then throughout the day, we have bands that come and play for us. We have all kinds of different activities, boxing demonstrations, all kinds of there's a lot of things going on. It's a very fun, family-friendly atmosphere.
And do you walk yourself?
Absolutely. Okay. In fact, I've been wearing a pedometer for the last few years because, we get there to help set up the events, and then I have my own team there, so I walk with my team. The last 2 years, I've walked 26 miles and then 30 miles.
All in 24 hours?
In 24
That's
hours.
Amazing. So you've done a marathon, basically.
Absolutely, at the event. So, and then throughout the night, then one thing I do want to talk about is the Luminaria ceremony. Okay. After the sun goes down, we have a Luminaria ceremony, and we light candles for everyone in our lives who, who we're either there walking for, or maybe who have passed away from cancer, and it's, we have bagpipers that play, and we have a little ceremony, but that's a really reflective time for everybody to just stop and think about why they're personally there. Right. And I have some people that come to the event just to attend that part of the event, and then they go home, and that's fine.
They're there to honor.
Absolutely, and it helps them.
Right.
And so that's one thing we love is we feel like we're putting on this event so that people can come in however way that they would like to reflect. Right. However it helps them. That's what's important to us.
Cool. So when is the event? I know there's one that's coming up soon.
May 17th this year. We start the afternoon, May 17th, which is a Saturday, and we end at 8 a.m. Sunday morning on May 18th.
So I remember last year we weren't able to be there, but we sent a bunch of our juices and snacks. Yes. So there could be a healthy option for people who are there all night. Yes,
Thank you.
Sure. So we'll see if we can set something up like that again this year. For if we can't come personally, hopefully we can at least send some stuff.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Sure. And so, not to put you on the spot, but do you have any idea of fundraising goals, either for this year and what you've done in the past, maybe last year, what was raised?
Yeah, our goal is to raise over $210,000 this year. We were just short of that last year, so we're hoping to go beyond that as a complete event.
So you raised more than $200,000 last year.
Yes, we did.
That's really impressive. And where are most of the donations coming from? Companies, individuals?
A combination of all of the above. We have a really great sponsorship base, which I'm very happy about. Because I'm sponsorship chair, so it's near and dear to my heart. Okay.
But so a lot of that $200,000, you're really responsible for it coming in, then.
Well, we were just under. We were at a little more than $46,000 last year in sponsorship dollars raised. So this year, my goal is to get over $50,000 because I think that's a great goal to achieve. Right. So sure, I mean, a good 25% of the money that we raise is through sponsorship. Right.
That's something to be proud of.
However, I mean, I'll say we have neighborhood teams that raise an amazing amount of money. So it's great to get the sponsorship support, but equally as important are all of the teams, no matter how small they are. Right. Because when you collectively put all that money together, it adds up. Right. I mean, I bet. Every coin can collection that we get, I mean, it all makes a difference. It all matters.
So I'm not sure. Did we say where? You said it's May 17th?
May 17th at South Lakes High School.
South Lakes High School. Yes. Okay, and so if people wanted to get involved either through donations or actually participating, relaying, or volunteering in some other capacity, what would they need to do?
They can reach out to us at restonrelay@gmail.com. Okay. That's our email address for our events. You could also visit our website, which is www.relayforlife.org/Reston, Virginia.
Can you say that one more time?
It's changed this year, so.
Okay. Well, we'll see if we can put that below in the comment section so people can link to it. But
absolutely, it's www.relayforlife.org/Reston, Virginia.
Awesome. Was there anything else that you wanted to share about the event? Thank you for taking the time, first of all, to come and talk to me about this and share a little bit about what you're so passionate about. A lot of people who shop at our store and drink our juices are also dealing with serious illnesses like cancer, and so I think that this is something that a lot of people have an interest in, and maybe they'd like to get involved. So thank you again so much for coming to share.
My pleasure.
Anything else that you think they might like to know?
My pleasure. If anybody is interested in coming and joining us, we're happy to have you. Even if you just want to come and walk in the event and just see what it's all about, you're absolutely welcome to come and do that. So check us out. If you'd like any more information, I can be reached at janet.jenkins@sobgroup.com, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
That's janet.jenkins at sobgroup?
Sobgroup.
Okay. As in the car?
As in the car.
Okay.
But thank you so much. We appreciate your guys' participation.
Sure, of course.
You guys have been wonderful for us. And it is a big goal of mine to bring in more education about more holistic remedies to battle cancer, and so I'm very grateful. You guys were a huge part of our healthier food options at the event.
Cool. Yeah.
And which is very important to me. So we appreciate it. If there's anybody else out there who would like to share more educational information, whether it be nutrition, healing, any other types of avenues, I'd be happy to talk to you about how you could be involved in our events.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
To Janet for coming and hanging out on my little couch in our home office, and we'll see you next time.